The Bible says that the Bible is wrong. And yes, I've got receipts. Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm a deep skeptic, also a pastor. So I'm going to give you one example in detail. There are a lot of examples like this in the Bible. So let's look at it. It's in Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 3. It says that no Ammonite or Moabite can be admitted to the assembly, even to the 10th generation. Like, you don't want them to be part of our people to the 10th generation. They can't marry in, they can't become part of a family, right? That's what it's saying about Ammonites and Moabites. Moabites are these people that descended from Abraham's cousin or nephew, and really are treated with all kinds of discrimination throughout the Old Testament. It's really just not a good look. Basically, they are the other. They are the enemy. Now, later, somewhere in the 400s, Ezra and Nehemiah start these campaigns to purify the people. And the way they do that, one of the ways, is that they tell the men to divorce foreign wives if they have it. And Nehemiah particularly calls out Moabites. So you would assume then that you're not going to find examples of Moabite women or Moabite men that are set in sort of positive light. And definitely during that time of Ezra and Nehemiah, you would never see someone talk about a Jewish man marrying a Moabite wife in a positive way, except it does. But there's actually an entire book of the Bible about it. It's the book of Ruth. It was written around the time of Ezra and Nehemiah, just so happens. And the story is that there's these Jewish men, and they move to a foreign country, Moab, of Moabite fame. Drama, scandal. They're single when they get there, but while they're there, they marry, wait for it, Moabite women, foreign women. They marry, the story is that they marry these Moabite women, and that story is written during the time of Ezra and Nehemiah. Now, if you are alive at that time, you're expecting the story to be about how horrible these women are, how they corrupted the men, right? Because that's the narrative that is being given about foreign spouses. But that's not the narrative here. So in the story, the men's father and the men die, leaving their mother with nothing and in a lot of danger. And one of the Moabite wives, Ruth, becomes the heroine of the story. She sticks by the mom, the Jewish mom. The Jewish mom and her move back to Israel, and then, wait for it, a second Jewish man marries her. This is sort of the pinnacle, the climax, the resolution of everything in the story. All of the justice wraps around a second Jewish man marrying a foreigner. Ruth, the Moabite, the foreign wife, the person that shouldn't enter the assembly to the 10th generation, enters the assembly twice. And the person that Ezra and Nehemiah are saying should be divorced is the example of righteousness and justice and goodness in this story. And if you think maybe, oh, well, she must not have actually been viewed that great, you'd be wrong. She's viewed amazingly for a long time because she's specifically named in Jesus's lineage. But in the first century, she is still seen as a righteous and good person. So the book of Ruth is an indictment of the Old Testament law from Deuteronomy and an indictment against Ezra and Nehemiah for following that law. The book of Ruth says in its narrative form that the Bible is wrong, that law is wrong and unjust. And this is important on so many different levels, but really important at the sort of foundational way we approach and read the Bible. The Bible itself says that the Bible is wrong, which means that when you read the Bible and there seems to be something weird or unjust, you can just say, no, that's wrong. You can look at a passage and say, no, that's racist, that's discriminatory. Somehow the writer allowed their own racial discrimination to creep into the text that they were writing. The Bible doesn't have to be read literally or taken literally or applied one for one to the modern day. You can look at the Bible and say, no, not that part. That's okay, because the Bible itself does it. Oh, and if you want to hear more of this kind of stuff about the book of Ruth, check out Unbelief. It's a deep dive.